Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And the Astros have finally done it. The Astros have traded Kyle Tucker to the Chicago Cubs, three-time World Series champion. And Gold Glover is headed to the Chicago Cubs. I have mixed feelings about this trade. And I love the idea of the Astros trading Tucker to the Cubs for Paredes and Suzuki and Cam Smith, the third baseman prospect, who I think is going to be a terrific player. And I'm so excited that the Astros have traded for him and traded for Isaac Paredes. But just a little bit upset about the Astros not getting Suzuki. And what I heard is that Suzuki would not accept his no trade clause to make this trade work, and that's one of the reasons why the Astros are not getting him, which really sucks because, look, I think offensively, I like the addition of Paredes. He's a home run hitter, and I think that's a great addition because with his power, adding him in where the Astros play, I nearly called it Minute Maid Park, but, now Daikin Park, with left field, in the Crawford box, with that being a little bit short and easier to hit home runs with Paredes' power, I think that will be really good for the Astros. And, he'll be able definitely to drive some home runs. As just a couple years ago, when he was 24 years old, he had 31 home runs in a season, and was just recently an All-Star at 25 years old. So, look, the Astros are adding in a guy who can really play throughout the entire infield. He can play at first, which I think is a big thing for the Astros. Need a first baseman. He can play at third, too, which is something the Astros might need if Alex doesn't return. He can play at short and second, which is also really good for the team. But just a couple years ago, he had a total of, 31 home runs, I believe it was, in 2023. And had, in 2023, he had, it was 98 RBIs, 31 home runs, batting average of 250 in 2023. So I really like his addition, and it's not just him that the Astros are getting. The Astros are also receiving relief pitcher who can also be a starter for the Astros, Hayden Wesneski, and he had a really solid ERA last year, 3.86 ERA with a 3-6 record in 28 games pitched, 7 starts. He pitched 67 innings, gave up 56 hits, 37 runs, 29 earned runs, 12 home runs, 21 walks, 67 strikeouts. Year before, he had a 4.63 ERA in 34 games with 11 starts. And then 2022 mostly was a starter with a 3-2 record, 2.18 ERA in 6 games and 4 starts, 33 innings, gave up 24 hits, only 8 earned runs, 3 home runs, 7 walks with 33 strikeouts. He should be a solid addition to the Astros bullpen. Then the Astros also get Cam Smith, who I think is the big thing in this trade. This is a guy who can play third base, also can play in the outfield at left field, or potentially in right field for the Astros. He was the Cubs' first round pick in the past 2024 MLB draft, 14th overall for the Cubs. And here's the good thing. He just literally got drafted out of Florida State, and he's already in Double-A. He's killed it in the minor leagues so far. In 2024, played 32 games in Single-A and Double-A, played 32 games, 134 plate appearances, 115 at-bats, 20 runs scored, 36 hits, 5 doubles, 4 triples, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 15 walks, only 24 strikeouts. Batting average was .313. His OPS was over 1,000. This guy, Cam Smith, has a great future in baseball. I mean, just got drafted in the first round, 21 years old, and he's already at the Double-A level and killing it, absolutely killing it. He is the 73rd best overall prospect in MLB's top 100 prospects. The Astros, where their number one prospect is? Jacob Melton, you know where he is? He's number 89. This is the Cubs' number 7 top prospect, and he's ranked 16 spots higher than the Astros' number 1 in the top 100 of MLB's top 100 prospects. So it shows how weak the Astros, prospect list or pipeline is, and really needed to add in some prospects for the Astros' future, and that's what they did, adding in Smith, and I really like his addition. Just the only thing that I'm worried about is, I'm not worried about the, losing Tucker's bat, because I think Isaac Paredes, his, what he's going to bring next year, with his bat, I think he'll be great for this Astros team, and they've had interest in him for a while. So I'm not worried about that at all, and what it looks like Cam Smith's going to be a great player for this Astros team, and he's not going to help immediately for this Astros team. Maybe he'll be able to make his Major League debut in 2026. Look, it wouldn't be surprising if he got to the majors by 2025 next year, but I think more likely he'll be in the major leagues in his, in the 2026 season, which will be great. The only thing I worry about is the defense. Kyle Tucker, it's not just a good bat he brings. Sure, he had a batting average of near 290, and he's a big home run hitter, one of the best home run hitters in the league. That's not my problem, especially when you add in a guy like Isaac Paredes, who's a big home run hitter as well. My problem is the defense. Tucker's defense in right field is so key for this Astros team, and they need Tucker's defense, and that's something that does worry me a little bit, because we don't know who's going to be in right field now for this Astros team now that Tucker's gone. I think you're more satisfied with some of the positions that you were also worried about before, like first base and third base. Now that you have options at those two positions, but now you have to worry about, okay, what are we going to do in right field? I'm so happy that the Astros have options in both third and first now. And the Astros really, if you think about it, the Astros really could still, re-sign Bregman. I think now that you don't have to worry about paying Tucker next year, I don't think the Astros would have a problem giving Bregman money. Really, if you think about it, what the Astros could do is, and I know you might be thinking, we just traded for Isaac Paredes and Cam Smith. Those are 2 third basemen, but Paredes you can put him at first base. He can play first base. So you put Isaac at first base. You re-sign Bregman. He's at his normal position at third base. And then eventually when Cam Smith comes to the major leagues, put him in left field. Put Cam Smith in left field, and that limits the playing time for Yordan Alvarez at left field. Obviously, I think then you have to worry a little bit about who's in right, but I actually like that idea of re-signing Bregman, putting Isaac at first base, and eventually when Cam Smith makes it to the major leagues, you have him play left field, and Yordan gets to be at the DH more, especially since he'd be a little bit older. I really like that idea for the Astros to re-sign Breggy, put Isaac at first, and once Cam Smith is ready for the majors, whether it's this year or it's next year, you have him and Yordan switch out like Brantley and Yordan did at between left field and DH. So that's what I'd love to see the Astros do. We'll see what happens. But I like the trade-up. The only thing I worry about is the defense. What you're losing defensively with Tucker. I'm not worried about the plate, because I think you added in a great hitter in Isaac Paredes, who's very young still. He's 25 years old. I think he has a lot of more room to grow and a lot of more potential. So I'm not worried about him. I think he's going to get better. So I like his addition. And I like Cam Smith because I think eventually when he can help this team, he'll be a good player too. And then I think, Hayden Wesneski will be good for the bullpen as well. So it's not like I think the Astros are trading for bad players, because I really like every single player they're getting. It's just they didn't get a right fielder, and now you have to worry about who's going to fill in Tucker's, defensive, what he brings defensively. I mean, I think they did a solid job replacing what he's gonna, what he would bring to the plate. But now you gotta worry about, Tucker's defense. That needs to be replaced. And that wasn't done in this trade. And I think that the Astros were wanting to make that happen in this trade by trying to get Suzuki. The Astros wanted Suzuki. Now you got to go get a right fielder. And I think the Astros might very possible, you could re-sign Bregman, have him back at third, and then go after a right fielder in free agency is what I'm hoping the Astros do. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros trading Kyle Tucker in the comment section, and peace out.